damn welding helmet on my head. G'day everyone, welcome back to Brook Farm and to, what are we now? Part 5, I guess, of building a fire unit on top of an ex-army fuel truck. So let's get into what we're doing today. It's been a couple days now since I worked on this. So today's Friday, so I was planning to do it yesterday on Thursday, but my eldest daughter was homesick, so and Rhiannon was off doing other stuff, setting up the hall, everything like that. So I was the stay-at-home dad yesterday, wasn't able to get up here, which actually worked out because there was a scheduled power outage here because they were doing pole maintenance or something, which meant that I couldn't actually use the welder. I'd have to hook onto the genset there, and I mean it works, it does work, but it just, yeah. Anyway, worked out. So today I'm going to put the end caps on, which is doing that. I'm going to do the feet on the inside, hopefully, and then my plan is to start doing our cage around the top. We'll see how far we get. I'm already halfway through the day. I've already been to town with the truck to pick up stuff for the house. Actually, I had Harvey Norman delivering stuff down in Esperance, so I had to go and pick that up. But it was good. I got to go see Wicked Welding. They're all good for me to bring this truck in, and we'll sort out all our plumbing needs, everything like that. So it might be best for me to work on getting the feet done first, because if I weld, say out here, weld this on, this is going to be hot, and if I touch this as I'm climbing in there, I'm going to burn my back. So let's get a tape measure. Okay, so when I say I need a foot, it's going to go up the top here because I need to support the front of the structure here. Obviously at the back, it's held in very well by this here, so that's got a lot of stiffness back there. That's good. Up the front here does have movement, and we need to get rid of that. So to do that, ideally would be to bolt it or to weld it to the frame. Now I don't have, well I do here, I could bolt it here, but I don't have anywhere over here I could weld or bolt to. So what I'm thinking is I'll have basically another bit of RHS come up, and then might put a bit of 5mm plate on the bottom as a foot, and I'll grab this one here as an example and go like that, or probably like that, and then weld it onto here, and then down there it's got support. Now it will have movement, and that is purely because I want to be able to take this off and be able to service the gearbox below me. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll see how we go there, and yeah, I can't put it this way, I can't be bothered bolting it. So we're gonna weld a foot on. We will bolt on the outside. So for those guys out there, we'll put some struts down, and they'll be bolted. So I'll get some measurements, and we'll probably have to hit this. Well, I'd hope that I have to hit it in to weld it. I want it to be that snug. We'll see how we get it. All right, 34.5 mils. So I'll find myself a bit of RHS. Let's, as an example, we'll grab this one here. That'll go like that, and I'm not going to have perfect 5mm plate here, but I'll grab this as an example to show you. The idea is to do that, and then that there spreads the load over the foot. We might even use that if I've got two of those. And so it's, well, do it the correct way, shall we? It'll be like that, or most likely sort of like that, because of how it went up against the frame, and will be ideal. So I'm going to find some bits of plate that I can use, get to cutting. So I couldn't find another one of these, but I found the next best thing. It's roughly the same diameter, but it's the same height. So we'll just chuck that on there and weld her up. So they are 12 mil. So I'm just going to take 12 mil off my 34.5, and I can cut these, weld them on here, and chuck her in there, weld that up. I've only just tacked it in there, but I reckon that'll be good. So you can see when I lift this up, it moves down there, which is the idea. If you've got movement, you won't get cracking. I reckon I'll just weld all this up, then I'll go around and do the other side. I think that's in a pretty good place. Obviously there's still a lot of flexion out here, but that'll come out when I put this one across here, and then once I figure out what I'm doing with the bottom and how I'm securing that, that'll all disappear. Right, let's get welding. That's taken out a lot of the slop that was, or the flexion I should say, that was in there. So very happy with that. I reckon what we'll do now is we'll put our end pipe on, and then we can work on our uprights and the box up top. Get excited, it's coming together. Now obviously I haven't seen any comments yet from part 4 because it hasn't been released yet for me. But maybe there's a question on there about how we're planning to get up into here, like is there any steps or anything like that? Obviously we can't do that side, we've got the tyre in the way. Our plan is to remove this old fire extinguisher spot, get rid of that, extend it out, make a bit of a step, and then maybe bring it down a bit, make another step. And essentially we're just going to come off that step there onto another one, onto this one, and then we're going to make a door that comes in here, opens this way in, so you can walk straight in like this and close it, come out to the end here, start fighting a fire. That's the plan anyway. And we'll get rid of this light because at the moment it's making it very difficult to climb up and down this light in the way, and they don't work anyway, so we'll just get rid of them. Our next point is to do these ones. So pretty simple, both 90. Now if I'm being completely honest, this side's 90, the other side's like 91, but all I'm going to do is just pull it in and weld it at 90, otherwise my rectangle won't be exactly rectangular. Right, so I've just been going through my steel. I've either over ordered, or when I ordered it I asked for it all cut into my specific lengths, and it got changed up somehow. I think to make it all work lengthwise, because you have to buy a certain, when you're buying big lots of this steel like this, you have to buy it in the meters, and they come in like 8 meter lengths. They then try and make it work best and they cut it all up. So it's fine, but I'm just trying to work out, I think I'm gonna have a lot left over. Saying that, I probably won't. I've got all these ones, so these ones are all cut to the right length. They are our uprights. So I think I got 9 of them. So they'll go round, and then I got 9 because I'm making a door on that side, like I was just saying. I've got 2 more, actually I've got 3 more really long ones that, well, they're 2.8, so they're going across here, across the top. That's fine. I've also got, so I'll need 4 90s, 1 and then 2. And then it's the, yeah, then I've definitely got too much steel. Definitely got too much steel, but that's all right. We always use this sort of stuff. So, no, I'm not cutting that one. So I've got 4 lengths or 6 lengths of these. I don't know why, but we'll cut into it. I'm sure I'll get to the end, I'll be like, why did I cut that? That was a perfect length one that didn't need cutting. It was, you know, used for something, but, oh, I know what it might be. I've got to do these. I've got to do these down here. But that width, oh sorry, length, is about 75. So I've got to cut them anyway. It'll work. Enough jabbering, let's get cutting. I'm going to leave the welds on this side, or the top there, and the top there until later. I'm going to do the other side now, but the reason I'm going to leave it for later is I need that to butt up nice and square on this post here. But if I've got a weld in the way, it won't do that. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just grind that weld that I did there, that spot weld, flat on that one, and we'll be all good. So we'll do the other side now. And then after that we'll put our upright up and tack them in place and tack the top and make sure it's all plumb and square, and yeah, we're getting there, all slowly coming together. I'm now going to put my 4 corners up. Actually, I'm going to grind this down first, I haven't done that. I'm going to put my four corners up, tack them in place. I'll then grab my 90, which is over there, and then that will be going on top, and then I'll tack that in place and just make sure it's all square, and then we'll be all good. Then once I got this side up, I can then cut those long ones to length. I can definitely do the back and do some struts on the back here. The front, it's not as easy. I've got to work out where the door's going, so I mean we can still do it, but I've just got to do the whole door part. So I'll grind this and we'll get it up. Tell you what'd be really handy is having one of those magnetic set squares. I've always thought about getting one, but I just never have. Before I weld this all up, I'm just going to step back, take a look, make sure it's all good. I might even pop up there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's looking good to me. I know in the last video, can you see me? I know in the last video I was saying that we did these at 110, and I was saying it might be a little bit small, but yeah, it should be all right. Obviously I forgot that I was adding 40 onto there, so they're now 140, so 114 centimeters. And standing up on that, I can't see if you can see that on the GoPro because the screen's black, but that is got to be honestly the perfect height. I think that's plumb bang in the middle. That's up lower rib cage. That should be good. All right. I'm gonna hop back down. I'll weld the bottom. I'll jump up here. Weld the top. One side complete. Obviously, it's a bit unstable at the moment. That's fine because I'll have another upright just here, plus the top, and then once we also get the skin on the outside, that'll also make it a bit more rigid. Now what I haven't done is I haven't welded the outside on all four corners. I've just left that because I think if I do a weld I'll get a bit of a bump there, so when I put my sheet on it's going to be, it's going to rock on it. I can obviously weld that up later if I when we can hold the sheet up there and go, oh no, we'll weld it or not. So that's why that hasn't been welded there, so I can put my sheet on there and get it nice and flat. Okay, on to the other side. That side done. All right, now what I'm going to do is focus on the back side. Pretty easy. Just going to measure that with there, cut that, slide her in. But just going to do a quick count of my steel. I know I said I got heaps, so I'll just do a quick count. I reckon I'll put a upright there and an upright here, and then that way I can tack them on, sit the bar on top, tack it all together. That should be sweet. And then on here there'll be I reckon we did the door about where I'm standing on this beam here to sort of here, about there, so that we had out here free for the cannon. Who knows, plans change, as you guys know. Right, tape measure. Where did I leave that? $2,575, but I need to take off 40 mil because of how I'm doing this, because I don't have a second person. Oh, look at that, it's perfect. It's like I planned it to be equal on both sides. All right, 2,575, we'll minus 40 mil off that, we'll cut that, bring it up, tack her in, eh? I'm worried this thing's just going to fall down and make a really loud sound any second now, because it's only just wedged in there. day and just, nope, that's the fed up. Let me show you what's going on. So, you know how I left all the sides free on, actually down there on the bottom, because I was worried that the weld was going to affect my getting my thing nice and square. Well, this side, my weld is quite flat, it's all right. Over here, I believe this is where I tacked it, I've got a bubble, and it's making it so that it's not getting on there square, it's giving me a gap. So I need to grind that off, so I'll do that first. Oh, nearly lost it. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see on the camera or not, but this side here is flush and square. I'm going to grab the set screw and just check anyway. Down that side isn't, it's raised up, but I'm going to tack it and then get these in place and then pull that down and tack that over there, and then it should work. Should. All up, all sorted, all tacked in place, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I'm glad the height we went. I'm glad we didn't go that 120, because then it would be an extra, well, it'd be 124, so it'd be just a little bit too high for smooth operation of firefighting. Right, let's weld this all together. Getting there. One thing I'm noticing is where my crew protection is going to be going. Obviously, when you don't have anything up here for reference to size, you're like, oh, I'll just have one there and one there, same size, it'd be fine. But no, now that is, no, it's just my welder falling down. That's, yeah, my original thinking was having it just off the tank there, but I'm gonna need that to come, I don't know, probably up to like here. You don't want it so that you're going to smack them in the head and hurt them, so we need it higher than that, or we need it angled so it goes like that. But remember, whichever video I was talking about, I think it might have been the one where I was thinking out loud, I want it to be a curtain, basically a wall of water this side, a wall of water that side, because the idea is that you use it in a burn over. And for those that don't know, a burn over is when you're stuck in the dead man zone and the fire is coming across you. There's nothing you can do, you can't move. You might be bogged, you might be stuck, you might be in a whole long line of trees and there's a fence one side and there's trees the other side and you can't move, you're following a grader, a dozer, anything like that, or even on our stubble fires. When it comes out of the bush, it comes very quick and it just can engulf the trucks. So you want it so that if that was to happen, This guy's like this, gets down, and then that's why the guy in there, the driver, has the switch. He activates it, and then you get a huge curtain of water to come all over here and over the other side, and essentially try and make yourself a little umbrella, a little bubble of water. And that means I mean, the idea is to try and save you and, you know, keep you alive, but it might, you know, the engine might conk out, or the heat might be too intense or something like that. But if you've just got water going all over you, then you're 100 times better than not. So that's why for me, having the crew protection on this truck is an absolute must. We've got it on Izzy, so yeah, it came with that, and we didn't have it on any of our other ones, but we've had some pretty bad fires and some pretty big incidents. So that's why we're making sure that this is going to be able to protect the crew. But I'm very happy with how it's looking, and now that I'm up here, it's a lot more rigid, so there's not a huge amount of flexion now that I've put that foot in. I don't honestly know if I'm going to need the struts to go down to the base. Yeah, we might actually need them. But anyway, let's, what am I going to do now? I might have Smoko, that's what I'm going to do. And then the next one I'm going to weld up, I'll check our design, it's over there. I reckon it just goes straight up from this beam here, and then that way the door comes in here. So we'll make this side here, and then we'll make that side there. I don't exactly have anything here to make a door with, but we can try our best. What I've done now is just clamp these two posts on. They're not square, nothing like that. I'm not welding them how they are, but it's just so that I can, there we go, got the door closed finally. It's just so that I can see how we're gonna go getting into the truck with the door. Now, not having steps doesn't make it that easy, but if I put you guys down, see the idea, I wanna have this space, like I don't want the door to start here, because here's where I want the cannon. I want the cannon to be, you know, front and central. Now the reasons for that is we're going to have a secondary hose in here, little small hand hose, so that if you're not running the big cannon, you use a small hose and you use that for saving water. Or, I mean, it'd be a bit tight, but I could be here like this, and I could have another person on the back like that. And the idea of that is you have the main cannon knock down the initial fire, and then the secondary hose just puts out the you know, what they miss. But with the remote cannon at the front, that could also, you know, you'd use your remote cannon, you're shooting, let's just say 20 meters out in front, and then by the time we get to it, then I can be standing here with my secondary hose and squirting what's you know, what relights. The problem with fires is you knock down all the heat, and you're racing along, I don't know, 10 to 40 k's an hour trying to get the flank out, and it's relining behind you, which is why you need teams. Typically you've got a big truck and a small ute going with you or something like that, and the small ute's doing that behind you. So with the cannon at the front, it's a possibility that we can be our own knockdown team. The cannon's doing the big work, and then you're using the little hose. Long story short is I want to have the cannon at the front so it's not taking up space. If it's in the middle, it's going to get in the way of that person with the secondary hose. So if you have the cannon here, then I can be here nestled in the back and just squirting what I need to squirt. What I have just realised though is that I don't think we're going to be able to see behind us now with the truck. Let's hop in and we'll see. I got a bit hasty. Before I do that, I'm going to try this out. Make sure that this is a good width, good spot for the door, essentially. So my idea is that we'd open the door inwards like this. So I'd come in like that, and then I can just go down and out, and then I can also I'll obviously be able to hold on to that when I'm going up, but I could just come up, open my door, come in. So that should be all right. So what I was meaning with the wing mirror is that now is yeah, we might, well, I mean, you can extend them. You can just fold that out and then put the mirror out a bit further. But we'll sit in the cab and we'll see. Oh, you guys can't see with the sun behind you. But obviously you can see the tank there, and then you can see the road behind you. So with this fire unit on, we're not gonna be able to see behind us. You can sort of see on that one, but that's a bit disappointing. Like I said, we can just, you can fold it out and then you can slide it out on the rails on the edge there, which we'll do that to see if we can try and get that bit further out. All right, get a square, weld these up, and then I'll put our thing on the top and a thing on the top going that way. And then that is the man cage, the fire platform, the working area, whatever you want to call it, complete. It can then go to town. So what will I focus on after that? Maybe the cannon. The deck is complete. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with that. I'm yeah, glad that that's done. Now, don't look too closely, but wait for it. Well, you can't actually see it from the camera. This one here is leaning slightly in, which is annoying me looking at it. It won't mean anything. We'll still be able to do everything just fine, but it's just annoying to look at. So, like I said, we'll skin it up when it comes back from town. I'm leaving it with no skins on so that we can run pipes to where we need to run them and have it all laid out and easy for the guys at Welding. Because if I put stuff on here, they're just going to have to try and work around it, and it's just going to be a pain. So I'd much rather have it nice, easy and open for them to do that. Coming around here, I need to make some steps. We've got our fuel filters here. As long as we can still access them, I might box it out like this so we can still access it. But we need, like, you've got this step here. We really need another step like just there, and then we're going to make this a step there. So get rid of this and weld off this and make a step. So make it so I can still access them from underneath. That's also a battery isolator just there, so you want to be able to get to that. And as I'm climbing up, you know, using my handhold there, I'm also gripping onto that. So what I might do is once we've got this ready to have a door, is I reckon I'll put a handle on here somewhere like this so that you can, well, we'll see how we go with steps first, and getting rid of this bloody skin taker offerer will also help, because yeah, you can get up more freely, and then we'll see if we need a handle there to hold on to. But I'm very happy with how it's turned out. It's yeah, we've managed to keep the spare tire, which is that was our plus. That was what we wanted to do. And you know, if I put you there. There's plenty of room up here. You know, might be a bit snug for two men standing up here. But yeah, I'm more than happy with how it's turned out. I mean, you don't really need it to be huge. You know, adding an extra, what did that be, another 50 centimeters on? Not really needed. We'll put a box up here for stuff like housing our clothes, masks, things like that, because it's not going to fit in the cab, and it will double as a seat. Because if you've ever gone to a fire, you're fighting a fire for maybe 10% of the time you're there, if you're lucky. Sometimes, I mean, some fires you're flat out, but other fires you're just sitting there bored out of your brains. So you need to have somewhere to sit up here. But be very good. It'd be good to get the cannon sort of here so we could have it mounted up and ready and all that. Obviously inside is like right in this corner is where I'm planning to put it, and same on this side. Inside right on the corner just here like this, and then have it so that you've got left, right, up and down just there. That'll be the plan. So we'll leave the video there. The next video might be installing steps, and we'll focus out the front. So we'll go out the front and have a talk about that. Oh, the amount of times I've nearly slipped and died. Really need to get some steps. So the remote cannon, that's going to be, I want to have that sorted as well before it goes to town, just so it's one less thing for me to worry about. I've got a couple of days next week. I can focus on getting this sorted up and mounted. So my idea is to put it on the corner here, basically box this out to there like that, and then house this in there somehow. How I'm going to do that, I'm not too sure as of yet, but we'll I guess we'll find out in part 6. I think this one was part 5, so yeah, guess we'll find out in part 6. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we release these videos. And don't forget to share it to anyone you think might think, you know, watching this stuff's entertaining, fun, good, educational, whatever. And yeah, that'd be a great help. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.